Hi, everybody. My name is Jack. Welcome to our Ringer virtual conference again today. Let me bring a short opening to everybody. Today's topic is ASEAN High-Performance Machine Summit about auto parts, 3C, home appliance. Now I officially announce our event started. This virtual conference is organized by Ringer Events, and this is a very special webinar. During this global pandemic, thanks to our online presentations and virtual exhibition booths, we are able to connect global business opportunities. This makes it possible for you who cannot fly by airplanes to share our brilliant ideas across borders through the Ringer online platform, this platform. And most importantly, we are all healthy and safe. So let me introduce our business partner today. Let me introduce our first business partner, TechMan Robot. And that's also the Owens company a while ago, the speaker. A leading collaborative robot and vision technology company dedicated to improving the world of work for business and their people through robotic technology applications. And then the next is Zeiss. Zeiss is a leading manufacturer of multi-dimensional metrology solutions. They will show us their innovative technology such as 3D X-ray metrology and industrial microscopy for quality inspection run of the product portfolio. We can hear more about that on his presentation later. And then we will have Tianbo. Tianbo specializes in manufacturing metallic parts from medium to high volume with various quality requirements, ranging from electrical appliance, toy industries, to electronic communications, automotive, medical equipment, and aerospace industries also. So let's welcome Tianbo too. And last but not least, let's welcome Yu Huan. Yu Huan is a public national key high-tech enterprises. By the way, its stock number is 002903. Specializes in R&D, manufacturing, and sales and precision and high-efficient CNC machine tools. Let's welcome all our business partners today. Thanks for your joining today. Makes our event even greater and better. Now, let me introduce the main event page to all of you. Since you are all here online again already, but I want to remind you all the great factors we have, all the surprises we have on this event. First of all, let's look at lobby. By lobby, I select 3 columns, 1, 2, and 3. By number 1 column, you can see that that's all the market information, including the social media information in there. Don't forget to scroll down your mouse to see more, to explore more informations. And column number 2, that's our main lobby. The main lobby have our announcement and a video and our instructions to see. Don't forget to scroll down to look for more. And column number 3, don't forget to say hi to everybody. Leave a message to show everybody your assistance and show your company, show your logo, show your information. You can also put some linkage to there. So don't forget to leave a message. And then let's go to the next one. The next one I want to introduce is exhibition booth. You can see I marked 3 columns different. Number 1 column is that you can tell that those are most of our exhibition booths. So don't forget to select them one by one. After you select them, you can go to column number 2. That's each column, the content of each exhibitor. So on their booths, there are many things to do. Focus on that. You can see. I'll use my pointer now. See, you can select each function to download the files or start up a private conversation with the booth manager. You can scroll down a little bit to see more information of their company. You can also watch some videos of their products. And for the column number 3, if you don't want to leave the private message, simply you want to say hi or bring out a public discussion, leave a message at column number 3. You can have the feedback from the booth manager later on this column 2. And next, I want to introduce you the very exciting function, which is networking. Networking is very important since now we don't have the time or the chance to travel abroad to discuss our business ideas. But now we can discuss, share your idea, share your new information here. Through this networking function. Column number 1 on networking. Scroll down. There are everybody on this event. Everybody register. I can see this more than 200 or 250 more people on that. I know that's too many, so don't forget. Use the filters. You can see the filters right here. Click the filter, and you can select by delegates, by speakers, by business partners, uh, by organizers. If you have some questions, organizers Ringer Trade event, just tell us your questions, and we can try to answer that. So use the filter. Find the target people you want to speak, and then one click to that, you can go to session number 2. The column number 2 is join video call. You can one click the join video call and start a video chat with that guy. And don't forget, don't forget, if you one click the join video call, there will leave a message there, which is, please, I want to begin with a private video call. And then don't forget to click the join video call and select the right camera and microphone on your computer. And the last step, which is very important, don't forget to turn on this button. It will show your face. For show your face and to see their face to face. Then you can have your private video call conversation. That's very important because we gather all the people here around on our platform, on our Ringer online platform, to discuss your new technology, new market information, new product. You can all do that in here. Also, so don't forget, try to go to their booth. Try to use networking. Try to make conversation with people here. This is a very precious moment now. So after I introduce all the functions of this platform, I have to mention one thing is that we will be having our booth activity and also the lucky draw. I can see, you can see the more activity information in the lobby area, the main area. Scroll down. I made the pictures there for you. And it's very simple. Go to the booth, find the booth manager, ask them one of the 2 questions. One is about your business, the other is about your product and technology. Ask one of these questions, one of each these questions. You can get the password and give the password to our lucky draw assistant, to a Ringer event lucky draw assistant. And you can use the filter, right? Use the filter field organizers. Find the assistant and give them the right password, and you can join the lucky draw. Okay, don't forget that. So I would like to introduce the next topic is our agenda. Our very exciting agenda today because we have 3 excellent speakers talk about technology, and then we will have very exciting panel discussion later. For almost 40 seconds to 1 hour panel discussion, we will invite the moderator, Catherine, who is a senior editor from Ringer Trade Media. And also, we will invite the other speaker from VNO. I will introduce him later. And all of us will have a panel discussion, talk about the topic of advanced automation and efficient manufacturing. Very exciting. That's really good. So don't forget to join, to follow up the agenda. If you want to follow more agenda, go to the main lobby. It's in the main lobby announcement too. So stay tuned. We will have a lot of fun today and a lot of knowledge to learn today as well. So I would like to move this agenda, move our session to live presentation right now. Let me introduce our first speaker. It's very exciting. Our first speaker is from TechMan Robot. As I said, the topic is collaborative robot resolution, the new age of manufacturing, brought by the speaker, Mr. Owen Wu, sales manager of TechMan Robot Inc. So let's welcome him.
It's my honor to this have an opportunity to introduce the collaborative robot revolution, the new age of manufacturing. This topic to everybody, especially for the Vietnam market. So according to the outlines, you will receive the Temet robots coming profile and introductions, and the automation with cobots will receive the demands of cobots increasing a lot for the next 5 to 10 years. Then the model series from Temet robots, then application description and the video, as well as the sales channels in Vietnam, in worldwide, and the local supports. So first of all, you will see the information about Temet robots. So Temet robot is expected to provide a various of innovative products and solutions to help the factory and operators to eliminate the gap between the both. So you will receive the so many challenge from the factoring sites like difficult integration, complicated coding methods, and the operator's safety environment requirements from the international regulation. Something like this, traditional robot is unable to solve it by easier way. So this is why we need the collaborative robots, and Temet robot is designed for to resolve these kind of challenges. So Temet robot was founded in 2016 with the capital is over 16 million US dollars. Employee is up to 500. Over the 200 to 300 engineer working in the robot hardware and software design and the LI function integrations, as well as the solution provide study and analysis. So our headquarters is located in Taoyuan, Taiwan. We have a branch in Korea, China, and Netherlands. It's 100% designed by ourselves. We just call it in-house. And with the embedded vision system, we are able to deliver automation solution to every single factory. So you will receive the map. Just we have so many coverage in America, Europe, and APEC. So the market share is up to the number 2 in worldwide, just over 13% in the field of a cobot, collaborative robot. So let me introduce our parent company. Temet Robot belongs to the Quanta Computer Group. So Quanta Computer is founded in 1988, with the capital is over 1.3 billion US dollars, and also located in the Taoyuan, Taiwan. Global employees up to 120,000. This is one of the largest notebook manufacturer and ES provider in the world. So their product line contains the consumer electronics, server, and cloud computing. And Temet Robot also received so many design certificate or awards. So just like Red Dot or the Taiwan Excellence in 2018 and this year. Just see the outfit and the stylish design is beautiful. And the second, we just give you the hint or the idea or the inspiration why we need a cobot. So what is cobot? Cobot is designed for the safety operation environment and release more manpower from dirty, boring, risky workloads. Traditional robot is able to meet over 70% requirements of automation, but the rest is required to get the support from the cobots due to the mobility and flexibility on various applications. It is easier to use, repair, and maintain. So the global rising trend of the cobot integration. From this chart, you are able to see the increasing tendency in the next 5 to 10 years with 20 to 30 year-on-year growth. And the most shipment is contributed from Asia market because of the world factory is located in Greater China and Southeast Asia. So it just give the hints and inspiration for your every single client. So comparing to the traditional robot, cobots is more competitive on the feature of safety, friendly user interface, and smart integration. This concept is most important for the handmade robots. This is why handmade robots emphasize the triple A's concept on smart, simple, and safe. Smart, with embedded vision to cover entry to medium level of AOI function and the vision coordination on the regular angle and the tilt angle. Simple, it's a graphic user interface makes the coding simple and easier to learn even for the operator. And safe, simple, this robot complies for the ISO safety regulation on ISO 10218-1 and the TS 15066. So here you will see the model series information from the handmade robots. So first of all, you will see the regular payload, the small model for TN5. 700 means the reach is 700 millimeter and the 6 kilogram payload. And the 900 model is the 900 millimeter reach with the 4 kilogram payloads. It's recommended for the electronics or for manufacturing to do the screw driving, gluing, or inspection. And the medium and heavy payload, we will recommend the TN12 and the 14. TN12 with the 1.3 meter reach and a 12 kilogram payload. And TN14 with the 1.1 meter reach and a 14 kilogram payload. It's especially suitable for the low on low or the machine tangent in the CNC metal or plastic industry. And all of the model has the embedded vision and IP 54 levels. Also, we have the mobile series available. This is a DC type. So DC type is available for the AGV integration because of the AMR, which was launched in a few years ago. That means embedded vision is more suitable for the vision coordination, while the AGV moves to a certain position before the workpiece is ready to move to shift. Especially for the semiconductor industry, AGV carries the cassette on the top of AMR, and more robots is key role to do the machine tending between the different positions. So just you can use our spatial advantage of the landmark and the embedded vision to do the vision coordination. So the second, you must emphasize to pay more attention on the safety issue. Let me elaborate the concept, 3.S concept to everybody. First of all, the safety, it must stop by hitting and not any damage to the operator because of the safety regulation, and you are able to do the setting on torque value prior to review the application or the programming. So this is why we say these are the safety devices for the operator. Second, you have to know the smart and the simple. So let me introduce the simple. Simple means we have our own user interface. We call it TN flow. TN flow is able to make every single action into the node and icon base. So user just pull these nodes into the main programming screen to finish the project with the flow chart concept. This is the simple and quickly way for the coding. So in addition, module programming is available for user, and this way we call this component editor function to set the coding process and make the project more simple and easy. So the third is the smart. So you can see why we just emphasize the embedded vision system. This is 5 million pixels autofocus camera for the 10-man, and it supports the 2 additional external camera via TN Flow, which is our own user interface. So tech editing in TN Vision is very process-oriented. User can just add the text by the stacking different process stage. So just doing the job like item enhance or the recognition and the detections items. And this is our spatial advantage with our TN landmark. TN landmark is TechMan exclusive patterns, and this is not robot-based concept, but the vision-based concept instead. So you can see the landmark contains the polygon image under the TN logo, and it helps the vision coordination on different angles and recognize the relative position between the TechMan landmark and the objective. So this way save lots of time on vision integration and coordination for the integration job. So it's very easy. Also, we have the 3D bin picking function. So there are 2 ways to go. One is eye in hand, another is eye to hand. You can see, generate the 3D point cloud of object by the CAD file or geometry and the point cloud comparison. So eye-to-hand solution, we work with essential industrial level camera on the top of a working station. So it's a controller and relative license dongle key in this package. So eye-in-hand solution, we work with the own 3D camera on top of the embedded vision. So it's a difference. And collision check function is available in this package as well. So they can use the module concept, but the different application, difference on how to pick up the workpiece from the tray. So this is two way to go. So just give you more idea for the inspiration. So TM Vision, we just give you the standard modules and the advanced modules. Standard module means the free of charge, but the advanced is surcharge. So you can see embedded vision is able to do the item detection, item enhance, or the barcode scanner. Of course, surcharge function contains the OCR and the number OCR and the counting, edge counting, distance and angle measurement functions. Just give you some idea. TM plug and play, this page we call the ecosystem. It means you can buy the one effector or gripper available on Tenman's website and download the software package from the portal. You can just download it and import it into the Tenman user interface. This way, just keep the draft programming and just save your time and no need to make it again. Just give you the way shorten your programming schedule. So editing on robot smart chunk are available from Tenman's website. So you will see the application description and the video. So above the introduction of Tenman robots, you will see it more suitable for the screw driving or gluing, machine tending, low on low, or the integration with AGV, or some kind of a complicated task, just using the cobot to do it and with their flexibility and mobility. So in the next page, you will see the video of application for the 3D beam picking. And this is the last part. You will see our sales channel in worldwide and local support in Vietnam. So as I just mentioned, we have so many branches in the worldwide, but we also built up the sales channel in past 5 years. So we have at least 10 distributors in America, over 30 distributors in Europe, and 1 branch in Netherlands, and 1 branch in Shanghai, China, and with over 25 distributors, 6 distributors in Taiwan, 16 in Southeast Asia, 4 in Korea, and 3 in Japan. So total, we have the distributor channel is over 80 to 90 distributors in the worldwide. So can imagine that Tenman robot just grew up with the rapid energy. So I just want to emphasize we have a strong sales channel in Southeast Asia, especially we have 2 distributors in Vietnam, at least 2 to 3 distributors in each countries, in Thailand, in Australia, in India, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines. So next page, you will receive a Tenman robot, the case study, the cobot implement in the real manufacturing site, and see how the robots perform and how they think about in the early stage of the automation improvements. Just give you the inspiration. Thank you.
TMT 就是 Techman 胎人。那现阶段来讲的话，当然 SMT 的这个部分，我们现在目前是有2条 U 型线跟1条全新的 Dual 线在生产，包含 Service Mount 的这个部分。那 System Assembly According 我们集团有3个 BU， 它的产品线 大概总共有18条的这个生产线。我们在进行工厂管理的时候，最终的目的无非是为了能够有效的提升组装的品质跟产能的提升。那我们在思考如何达到这个 KPI 的时候，那么达明机器人立刻浮现。那么事实上，在现在全球呼应工业 4.0， 强调的是人机协同作业，一方面保障人员在工作环境的安全，另一方面同时加强工厂的管理上的产能提升，达到双重的目的。而机械手臂可以利用影像识别技术，可以识别材料的大小、形状及颜色，再配合机器手臂去做良品、不良品的区分动作，就是我们讲的 AOI， 实现路径规划及夹取的功能，这些都成为我们想要导入机器手臂的诱因。我们希望借由集团 Robot 的这个应用，把 Quality 的这个部分用机械手臂来取代，所以 Quality 的部分我们希望做到最好。
我们目前有导入机械手臂的工作站，约30几只，使用的情形主要可以分为以下3种：第一种自动取放，第二种自动贴标签，第3种自动光学检测。在实际导入达明机械手臂后，我们评估这段时间所带来的效益。举例来说，我们在短时间内导入机械手臂，从导入后到现在约6个月，我们的确加速回收了约80%的导入成本，包括利用达明的 TM Flow， 更减少了我们以往花费在人员教育训练上的时间，因为这套达明研发的软体可以让人员轻松简易的上手，编写该工作站需要机械手臂的工作流程等等，带来不少效益。
TM Robot 对我们来说，它最大的一个优势就是他们所谓的智慧视觉系统。那么这个技术是一种创新跟突破，可以解决我们以往面对复杂和多样的视觉元件，而达明机器人可以借由手拉教导、设定点，再搭配直觉的 TM Flow， 让我们可以非常快速的导入到自动化的产线，有助于我们品质的提升跟增加产能，可以非常的这个弹性的部署跟调度手臂到不同的自动化产线。达明机械手臂导入后，那么可以真正的建立人机协同、安全无虑的环境。
Because after the video playing, I'll wait a little bit to welcome Owen to come back for the live Q&A again, because our assistant is collecting the questions from our main event, because we are using the other platform to do the presentation, and we are collecting all the questions from the main event right now. Anyway, I want to emphasize again, during our sessions, our conferences, we would like to encourage all of you to post your questions to the speakers. Please use the chat box function on your right-hand side. Your questions may be answered in the chat room, or the speakers will answer them in person after their presentation, like now, right now. Or contact you later after the webinar. Since we know who asked the question, we can do the private chat in the networking area. Okay, let's welcome Mr. Owen Wu, Sales Manager of TechMan Robot in company. Topic about the collaborative robot revolution, the new age of manufacturing. Thanks a lot on that. Let's have in a share of the idea of Q&A time. I see there are actually two so far the questions from our audience. I would like to post them and invite our speaker, Owen, to answer them. Owen, could you please try to get online, show your face right now? Can you talk to us right now? Hi, Owen. Owen, are you there? The first question, I don't know from whom, because our assistant posted the question, moved the question from the main event area, main event page. So I would like to publish the first question. The first question is how easy to learn or to operate TM robot, especially for new learner. Yeah. For me, as an editor of Ringer Trade Media, I recently wrote an article of Co-Robot 2. That's why I was really interested and focused on the presentation of the Cobot a while ago. So, Owen, I'm looking forward to see you in person answer that question. Okay, Owen, try to turn on the microphone and camera a while ago. Right now. Owen, do not touch anything. Just turn on the camera. Yes. Hi, Owen.
This is Owen from Tenman Robots. Thank you for everyone to join this meeting and just give me the great opportunity to answer the questions for everybody. So your question, Jack, your question is how easy to learn the operate the Tenman robot, especially for the new learner, right?
Exactly.
Yes. So let me introduce the concept of our smart dimensions. How the smart for the Tenman robots. I mean, this user interface is very easier for the operator because of there's no any coding language. You don't need to learn the robot architecture language or C+ language. You just using the flowchart concept instead. So hand guide teaching and icon base just help the people put it into the programming. So you just make every small actions into the node, and you just use the recycle concept into your programming. You are able to finish the programming in just a few minutes or a few hours. So this is why we say the programming is really easy. Also, there's another available, just like ecosystem is available from the Tenman robots. So I mean, you are able to buy the any effector or a gripper available from the Tenman's website, and you are able to download the software package from the certain portal. So this package is able to give you the simple and the draft programming. You just download into the TM Flow user interface, and you just do the adjust in few minutes, and your programming is done. So it's very interesting, and this is why we say, especially for the new learner or the sales or the purchaser, you are still able to learn the Tenman robots just in a few days. So this is why we say we have the 1 day's basic training available for every single country. Thank you.
Just 1 day. That's pretty short. That's pretty short time to learn that. Great. Owen, by the way, I kept moving the questions from the chat room. So so far we have 4 questions and 3 more to go. So would you like to answer the second question? I don't know who asked that anyway. Is how large is the cobot market in Vienna? That is a very important question, I guess, for all the audience. They really want to know.
Yes. So actually, the robot market is very big, and as I just imagine, none of the robot supplier is able to cover by themselves. Only the single robot supplier. So as I just mentioned, the cobot demands. The growth rate is over 20 to 30% year on year. So we cannot imagine that this cobot demand, how can we just meet the targets? Because of so many big account or big company, they move their assembly lines into the Southeast Asia, especially like a Japanese company, Korea company, or Taiwan company. They move their assembly line into the Vietnam because of they want to satisfy the the faster delivery or the local service to their end customers. So the factory located in Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi. So we can just, this is why we say 10-man robot uh, will not stop building the sales channel in next few years and just provide the complete robot training service and the strong engagement in academic clients. We are able to get more and more feedback in the locals. Thank you.
That's great. I hope that answered your question, Mr. Attendee. I don't know who. But there are two more questions. I move back. So, Owen, take your time. Answer really quick, okay? There are a lot of questions they ask for you.
Yes.
Okay, the next question will be, hi, Owen. Is there any TN robot, cobot users in CNC environment and any presence in, I don't know how to pronounce that, Penang, Malaysia? Oh, in Malaysia, do you have any experience that?
Yes, we can just say I'm not sure our customer is located in Penang or any city, but actually we have the real implement in Malaysia, in the, Kelompok or the Malacca and the Penang. We have the real implements in those cities, especially in the electronics, automotive, and the CNC industry. So we 10-man also has the two local distributors available in Malaysia. Of course, you can contact us, or you can just go to our 10-man's official YouTuber to check the CNC application video. We are able to introduce our local distributor to this end customer and just give you the local support and technical assistance in the CNC, how we can just to be noticed or what's the requirement we are able to meet. Thank you.
Remind you that you have only 1 more minute to answer the last questions, which I select this one. I think that's easier for you to answer. And the rest of the question, don't worry about that. Please go to TechMan's robot booth and find managers there. Talk to them in person, face to face. The last question, Owen, please answer how safety when staff work with TM robot. And that's our last question from TechMan robot. Owen? It's about safety of your TechMan robot. Hey, Owen? Are you still with me? Owen?
And the next question is how safety when staff work with 10-man robots?
That's a great question. Because cobot is working with human, right?
Yes.
I see your robot do the ballet dancing. That's really graceful. I like that.
Yeah, so it's comply for the ISO regulation, like ISO 10218-1. But the factory's director is aware of the working environments for the total assembly lines. So it means you have to pay more attention on the safety regulation on each single devices. For the 10-man robots, we just comply for the ISO 10218-1 and the TS 15066. So this is why we say you are able to remove the fencing or lidar, but you have to pay more attention what's the interactions between the robots and the operators. So you have to check the speeds or check the application complicated and what is the risk for the operator. You just do the safety setting from our TM flow.
That's great. Thank you, Owen, for answering all the questions. Because of the time limit, Owen have to say goodbye to everybody. I can tell there are several questions others. I will encourage you go to TechMan's robot booth, okay? Just in the main page.
Yes.
I'll share you later. So Owen,
Yes.
see you later on the panel
Yeah.
discussion,
See
okay?
you.
Later. Bye
Okay.
bye.
See you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, it's me, Jack, again. I have to, thanks to all the questions asked in the chat room. And Owen is really love to answer those questions. But because of time limit, we have the next speaker. But don't forget, go to our main page. Go to the exhibit booth. You can find TechMan's Robots booth. Find Owen there. Leave your message. Invite your private chat video call with him or with the other managers there. Now, I would like to welcome our next speaker. Great. And then for the next session, we will have a technical speech again, talk about how X-ray inspection technology is used to drive quality and efficiency in manufacturing, led by the Mr. Raj Sidhu, Region Product Sales Manager of X-ray, I guess X-ray Department of Southeast Asia, Zeiss. Let's welcome him.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining my session today. I will be sharing the benefits of X-ray inspection technology and how it is used to improve quality and efficiency. So allow me to introduce myself. My name is Raj Sidhu, but please call me Raj. And I'm the Regional Product Sales Manager for the X-ray business in Southeast Asia. So I work for the Industrial Quality Solutions Division, or IQS, and I've been with Zeiss for more than 8 years now. I started off as an application engineer for a couple of years before transitioning into my current role. Zeiss is a global company with over 31,000 employees in 100 locations and present in 50 countries. Our headquarters is in Oberkochen, Germany. Zooming in into Southeast Asia, Zeiss established its first office in the region in 1984 in Singapore. Over the years, we have expanded and we are now in 6 countries. In some countries, we have more than one office. For example, in Vietnam, we have offices in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. At Zeiss, we have 4 segments of business: semiconductor manufacturing, industrial quality and research, medical technology, and consumer markets. Under industrial quality and research, there are 2 strategic business units, mainly industrial quality solutions, which is where I come from, as well as research microscopy solutions. So with that, let's get into the details of today's webinar. We will start with some introduction on X-ray, followed by the technological benefits and the portfolio that Zeiss can offer to you. Here we have the discussion on the principles of X-ray. The first one will be 2D X-ray. 2D X-ray is where we have an X-ray source, a part in the middle, and a detector at the back. So the X-ray source projects its X-ray onto the part, and then these rays penetrates the part and goes onto the detector. What happens next is the data is converted into digital images. So 2D X-ray systems are very flexible in the sense that you can use it very quickly at different angles and positions and at different magnifications. So the adjustment from one position to the next can be done fairly quickly. So When we do 2D X-ray images, it is generated by the computer very fast. It takes about 2 to 3 seconds for an image. As a result, such technology is used in high throughput environments. One such environment is in the wheel inspection, in the automotive wheel inspection, whereby die-casted wheels is required by law to be inspected 100%. And this is important because there could be certain defects inside the wheel, such as porosity, which, if we do not check, could lead to some serious consequences on the road. Next on the list of principles is computed tomography, 3D X-ray, or simply known as CT. So moving forward, we will refer computed tomography as CT. So a step up from 2D X-ray, CT solutions has a manipulator in the middle, which is a rotary table. So why is there a rotary table holding the part? Because it needs to rotate the part in small inclinations in order to get more images. Yeah? And when you rotate this part 360 degrees, we have enough of projections created, and these projections of all images will be reconstructed to make or to form voxel data. This is the data which we use to actually do the study, the evaluation, the inspection and measurement of the part. So where is such technology or CT technology important? Mainly it's used in metrology for inspection of inner structures, and it is especially important when it needs to know precisely positions and volume of certain items of parts. Next we have the X-ray microscope. So X-ray microscope is also a part of a 3D X-ray. What differentiates it from the standard CT systems is it has a two-step magnification. So what does that mean? It means that a standard CT system is limited by the geometric magnification, which means if you move your part nearer to the X-ray source, you will have a high magnification, and if you move towards the detector, you will have a lower magnification. Now, there could be certain limitations to this, because when you want to get higher magnification of a bigger or larger part, there could be some physical limitations. With a two-step magnification in the X-ray microscope, we are able to retain the part without destructively cutting into it, and this is shown here with the apple, whereby we don't need to cut the apple and get the seed in order to get a high resolution scan on the seed itself. We can just put the whole apple in and use the two-stage magnification to get very high resolution voxel data of the seed. So such systems are able to achieve sub-micron resolutions, and this is very important, especially in businesses such as battery applications and fiber analysis. This video will better explain how the X-ray source and detector works together with the rotary table in the middle. The rotary table is a 5-axis rotary table which is able to adjust in X and Y apart from the rotation, and this is important for centering the part. Centering is done to ensure we get the best magnification when doing a CT scan. So here we have a part which is small, and we are able to move it nearer to the X-ray source to get a better image of the part which is fitting to the screen. For a bigger part, this positioning is then moved towards the detector to get a full image of the part. This way we are able to do the scan in one go. Here we have more details on how the magnification works. A part which is positioned nearer to the X-ray source will have a higher magnification and hence a smaller voxel size. A smaller voxel size results to a more defined and detailed contour of a part. Here we see two parts scanned at different magnification, one nearer to the X-ray source and the other nearer to the detector. And the difference could be seen in the 2D image where the low magnification scan has lesser details. But this does not mean one is better from the other. It all depends on the type of application is being done. As an example, for a die-casted part with a defect size of 1 mm and above does not require a high magnification. First of all, in terms of time taken to scan a part, high magnification scan oftentimes will take more time to scan. This is because a bigger part might need to be scanned in a few sections. The image on the right side shows a big part being scanned in sections. This is normally done when we need higher details of the part. And if these parts are scanned in sections, this means the overall time to scan will increase. Scanning a part with low magnification allows us to scan this whole part in one go, hence saving the time. So when it boils down to the type of application, if the application requires defect sizes which is very small, then yes, we have to scan in sections. If the defect sizes are quite big, let's say in die casting processes, typically we just need a bigger voxel size and it's enough. And the more important part is how we are able to do it with speed. So it needs to be very fast. Now for a real life application, we have a die-casted cylinder head being scanned here in the example with a Metrotom 1500 CT system. So the part is located very near to the detector due to its size, and it's because the defect size is also quite big, hence we don't need very high resolution. However, we still need to scan the parts in 3 sections. That's because this part is fairly big. And here is how the part looks like after the scan. Just for your information, the software automatically aligns all 3 sections and you will get the end results in one file to be used for evaluation. X-ray technology is used in many parts of the manufacturing process. Here we have a snapshot of where it is used. Some of the famous ones includes plastic, aluminum die casting, electronics and batteries. One of the biggest markets for X-ray solutions is the die casting industry. Casting process is known to have internal defects, and due to the material density which is considered low and X-ray friendly, X-ray solutions is able to penetrate fairly bigger parts made by aluminum casting and is able to effectively detect these defects and remove it or make a change in the process. Here is a summary of parts which is X-ray friendly. In the medical industry, we have plastic parts such as syringes and blood tubes, and some special tooth implants made of titanium. Over here we have also electric parts such as earphones, capacitors, connectors and computer memory. One of the famous applications at the moment is in the battery industry. It's becoming very popular, and some of the breakdown includes inspection on cell assembly, module assembly, as well as electrode production. Another interesting segment will be human models and model replacement. This means parts in your body which you replace, such as knee implants. So here is a picture of the knee implant. Then we have scans of bones, as well as a heart model which surgeons use for practice. One of the bigger industries which adopt X-ray solution is the automotive industry. Here I have a breakdown of where it is used. So parts such as aluminum wheels, knuckle joints, control arms, and shock towers. And then we have a section new energy vehicle, or commonly known as electric vehicle. So some of the parts includes battery, stators, and connectors. In the internal part of the automotive, we have a lot of plastic parts being scanned with X-ray, including AC vents, head units, and center control units. And when it comes to engine and power supply, we are even able to measure or inspect big parts such as cylinder heads, cylinder blocks, and then smaller and medium parts such as steering wheels and pistons. Let's see how X-ray technologies could benefit us in the manufacturing industry. Here are the advantages of X-ray technology in quality assurance. First of all, it's non-destructive, so we do not need to cut open just to inspect internal structures or measure these internal areas. In a holistic point of view, a CT scan of the part creates a voxel data. This voxel data is also known as a digital twin. And with this digital twin, we are able to slice the data virtually. And what we stand to gain from this is the ability to better understand our part and better locate defects around the part, or internal or external. Next, when it comes to clamping, there is no need to clamp the part as hard or as strong as we do it with a CMM. On a traditional CMM setup, you will need strong clamping devices in order to hold the part and prevent movement during physical probing. But with the X-ray system, we only need to put a part on a low density fixture such as polystyrene. As long as the part is fixed and does not move, it should be enough and it will not cause any sort of deformation. Here are some of the applications that we can do with the X-ray technology. Of course, dimensional analysis is the most common, but what other special things we could do is wall thickness analysis. This is where, as the name suggests, we are able to control the thickness of the wall. There are some applications where there is a need to control the wall uniformity, and we are able to classify this by color, whether it's too thin or too thick, and maybe propose a correction. Nominal to actual comparison is something standard from the CMM and 3D scanners, but what's extra here is the ability to do the same analysis internally. So this works perfectly when we have complex plastic or die-casted parts, which requires us to see the form or size. Apart from that, porosity analysis is also something unique to X-ray technology. It's the ability to inspect air bubbles in the part. This is commonly related to injection molding or die casting, aluminum die casting. Assembly control is the process of fixing a few sub-assembly parts together, and with a CT scan we are able to control the assembly tolerance of these parts. Now, the next point relates to the X-ray microscopes. X-ray microscopes, with its capability to to inspect high-resolution scans, enables us to study more on the fiber analysis and the fiber orientation. So, and the final point is the ability of the technology to inspect transparent material. So here I'd like to talk about how we use X-ray technology in the medical segment or the medical field. So in this field, there is a need to inspect high volume of parts in a short time. And using the CT technology from Zeiss, we are able to measure, let's say, small parts like a blood tube, about 5 mm or 10 mm. We are able to measure simultaneously a few parts together, and it saves time. We will talk about an example in the next slide. We go a little bit deeper now into the application. From my previous slide, we were talking about porosity, and here we have a die-casted part being set up on a polystyrene fixture, and this part is now scanned using CT. So it's a scan in different angles, and the projections are reconstructed, and what you get is a voxel data like shown here in this video. Apart from the voxel data, we could see that we are able to do a digital slicing, like I mentioned earlier. So if I turn your attention to the slice now, which we have a blue slice here, this relates to the image at the bottom, which is the 2D view of the blue section. And at the same time, we could also do sections from different directions, as shown here in the green slice. So with this versatility or flexibility, we are able to better do a deep dive into the quality of our parts and see where the defects are. Now, coming back to the voxel data animation, we are able to control the transparency of the data, and with that we are able to highlight where the porosity is located, how severe it is, and what is the size of such porosity. And with the given standards on such defects, we are able to decide whether to accept or reject this part. The biggest benefit of CT is the ability to accurately identify the defect's position, form, and size. The image on the left shows shrinkage holes very close to the inner surface of the part. The chain of defects are formed by multiple holes connected together. Visual inspection into such areas using an endoscope will not be able to detect the problem due to a thin layer of material masking the defects. The part over time will cause problems such as leakages, which could be very dangerous. If we look to the right, the usage of CAD model for volumetric evaluation of raw casting can help identify defects at machine surfaces. If we look closely to the overlaid CAD model showed in the purple lines, the void appears to be on the machine surface. Given this information, the process of machining can be avoided. The smaller image on the top right is the machined surface to prove that the void exists, and the positioning, size, and form of the void correlates. Apart from internal defects, capturing surface defects such as sink marks, flashes, and thermal fatigues can be done too. When it comes to lower pressure die casting and gravity die casting, support material such as sand and salt residue can be detected. One of such examples is the detection of support material in the water jacket of an engine cylinder head. The detection extends to chips and foreign components accidentally dropped during the assembly process. In the metrology point of view, X-ray technology is commonly used as well due to certain systems having very good accuracy statements. So systems such as the Metrotome is able to measure parts with high accuracy, and here we are able to measure not only simple distances but also GD&T features such as flatness, roundness, and so on. In this example, we are focusing on how assembly inspection is done. So assembly inspection with CT evaluates whether all the components fit together and whether there will be any sort of defects such as leakages and cracks and so on. We are also able to measure distances between two components and assure that the tolerance is within the drawing specification. You might all know this part. Maybe some of your kids like to eat this, or maybe some of you. Here is a scan done on a part with many different components, and based on the different density of the parts, we are able to separate it, as you can see in this video. Here is to highlight the strength of X-ray technology, whereby we are able to dissect or remove a certain component and do a deep dive inspection of it without actually destroying the component or breaking it apart. Here is an example scan of some plastic parts scanned together, and the highlight here is to do a nominal to actual comparison. And what we learn from this scan is that the actual part has a lot of deviations, not only having too much material in certain areas, but also too little material in certain locations. So it's a very easy and quick way to get a snapshot of the quality of your parts, especially when these parts are in the earlier cycle of development, for example. As mentioned earlier, here is a detailed example on wall thickness analysis. The part here was scanned, it's a plastic part, and what we are able to see now is where the material in red, this shows that this area is thinner than the intended tolerance or the intended CAD model. So we are able to highlight this area and propose for correction. And on the left we have a section view. We are able to do that, get a section wherever you like, and then put a few notes or information where the material is less, for example at the top here, and then we are able to put this in reports. This is a video of a aluminum 3D printed part. It was scanned using an X-ray microscope and has a voxel resolution about 20 microns. So we can see now the voxel data is being sectioned, and we are able to see layer by layer the quality of the part. Apart from that, we are able to do a deep dive into the channels and select a section where we could go deeper into the material distribution, and here we are able to see different grains of the part, and these grains can be easily distributed based on size, as shown on the image on the right. To cater to the production demand of high-speed inspection and optimization, parts such as wax plate could be scanned in a clever way. Here we have an example of the blade being scanned per piece. It took about 30 minutes. Next, we optimize that by adding more blades into the inspection, and if the cycle time was maintained, the cycle time per part is reduced and it only takes 3 minutes per part. This is a saving of 90% of scanning time without sacrificing the quality and resolution of the image. Let's take a look at the X-ray portfolio. Let's dive into the X-ray solutions offered. The portfolio is classified by systems used in labs and systems optimized for production environment. The Metrotome is normally found in a quality assurance lab where complex measurements and defect detection is needed. It comes with a certified accuracy statement and is able to measure parts up to 870 mm. If there is a need for ultra-high resolution scans, for example, capturing microstructure of additive manufactured metal powder, the X-Radia series gives unparalleled resolution with stunning contrast. The Volumex system in the production series, paired with the ZADD software, offers one of the fastest volumetric defect detection and evaluation in the market. The fast and automated 2D systems offered quick radioscopic images as well as high power systems up to 450 kV. When choosing the right X-ray solution, it comes down to resolution versus speed. It all depends on your application. So here is a table to better guide you in choosing the right solution. For general research, where material analysis is needed and high resolution is key, systems such as the Zeiss X-Radia will be a better fit. When it comes to inspection and tool correction or assembly analysis, the Zeiss Metrotome is able to do the job with a medium resolution and medium speed. When it comes to inline solutions where parts need to be checked very quickly and 100%, the Zeiss Volumex is the best choice due to its lightning quick speed. Of course, the resolution will not be as good as the Versa, but it's enough to do the job. Grinder Packaging is one of Zeiss customers who successfully adopted the X-ray technology. They were having problems in inspection time, and with the Volumex solution from Zeiss, they were able to triple the productivity in quality inspection. Here is a video of the success story.
Quality control is one of our top priorities. We double-check weight and product thickness. We introduced a unique measurement system using a computer tomograph that allows us to measure up to 16 different parameters, including wall thickness, height, and diameter, as small as 1/100th of a millimeter. This fully automated technology is 3 times faster than other quality control processes, touchless and 100% precise. Imagine you could predict the future 30 minutes ahead of time. When an incident for a reject occurs, the computer collects the data, analyzes it, creates patterns, and by doing so, prevents the mistakes from happening the next time.
With that video, we come to the end of our session today. I hope you could benefit from this information sharing. If you do have a part which needs to be inspected with X-ray, please feel free to contact us at the link provided. We will have some steps here which could guide you to send the parts to us and allow us to do some kind of inspection and provide you with a report. For your information, we are currently having a promotion whereby the first CT inspection we do for you, it will be free of charge. So if you have a part in mind, please get in touch with us and let's see how we could help you improve the efficiency of your quality inspection. With that, I would like to thank you and let's move on to the Q&A session.
I would like to welcome you to open your camera and microphone right now. And as you can see, there are several questions there. Hello.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Excited to see so many questions.
Actually, I see there are three questions right now so far. The first one is this one. Any limitation on the size of the part that could be scanned?
Okay, yeah. So for the part, yes, there is some limitation. It depends on the type of system. So let's say we go for a 2D system, so which is only taking images. Then the biggest size that you can put is on the system called the Omnia. Yeah, and this system is able to cater sizes up to 1,570 mm. Yeah, in length. So that is in the 2D. And for the 3D, where you need the voxel data, like the video you saw earlier, animation and all that, that one we have a system called the Metrotron 1500, and that is able to hold or scan parts with height up to 870 mm and a diameter about 600 mm. Yeah, but also, yeah, important to note here, apart from the part size, it's also depending on the density of the material. So if the customer has a very big part and the density is and the wall thickness is too thick or too dense, then it might not be so suitable. So it's mainly suitable when the density is lower. Then bigger parts like plastic or aluminum can be scanned easily.
Okay, so it's about density. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, if you look at the chat room in the main page, there is a person, attendee, Iwa Sun from Malaysia, Zook. It says Zeiss is very impressive. Maybe you can talk to the person later.
Oh, thank you very
Let's move
much.
on. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is how much it would cost for consumable material like X-ray or electric power consumption for a 3D scan.
Okay, wow, interesting question. When it comes to power, yeah, we had this question before. I think if not mistaken, it was coming from Vietnam. So let me try to remember now. Yeah, when it comes to power, the most important part here will be in terms of the power consumption. And for a typical, let's say, production setup, where such as the Volumex system, where you need to put it inline and you want to check maybe a few hundreds to thousands of parts a day. Such a system can have a power consumption starting from 3.5 kilowatts for, let's say, a very standard basic system, and up to 7 kilowatts with some kind of like a cooling system for the machine. Yeah, and this is especially important when you have systems in the let's say die-casted environment, which is very hot, and you need to also consider such auxiliary equipment to keep everything stable and cool. Yeah, so I would say 3.5 to 7 kilowatts. And when you talk about in terms of cost, yeah, the cost per day maybe for such system, let's say we take the minimum 3.5 kilowatts, could be anywhere range of maybe $6 to $10 US dollars per day for the consumption, and per year that will be maybe times let's say working days 300 days, maybe up to 2,000 US dollars for the power consumption, which is considered quite low for such technology. Yeah,
I see. I can see there are many people are really highly interested in the X-ray technology. So don't forget, later go to their booth, Zeiss booth, and leave a message to the speaker. Because of the time, we have a little bit minute. I think let's use 1 minute to answer the last question. Okay,
I try.
because we have to jump to the tea break time.
All right.
So the last question is, how do you calibrate an CT X-ray scanning machine?
Okay, wow, this is a interesting question. It's a complex question to answer in 1 minute.
But make it answer shortly, please.
Shortly, okay.
Later you can talk more in the panel discussion.
Okay, sure. All right. So for calibration, X-ray system has three breakdowns. We have the calibration of the detector, and then we have the calibration of the axis, which is the rotary table and also the movement of the table. And finally is the calibration we call geometric calibration, yeah, where we combine the information from the detector, from the axis, and also from the X-ray tube. So three main calibration that needs to be done. But the good news is such calibration takes not more than 2 days for a very simple system, and for a metrological system that we have, maybe it takes a little bit longer, But yeah, that summarizes the processes for calibration.
I see. Thanks for that, and thanks to the speaker, Situ, again. So, I'll see you later in the panel discussion, okay? After the tea break time. So, see you later. Bye
All
bye,
right,
Situ.
bye.
Bye bye. So, thank you, everybody. Now, I would like to announce our tea break time is here right now. So, during our tea break time, don't forget to join our networking activity. So go to booths, talk to them, ask one of the two questions to the booth managers. One, what's your company's business? Second, what is your product or the technology or the service you can offer of your company? Ask uh, either one of these questions, and you can get the password and submit the password to our Ringer Lucky Draw Assistant. You can get in the lucky draw again later in the end of this presentation today. So I would like to announce our tea break time will be 15 minutes. So now is 3:33 in Taiwan GMT +8. So please come back after 15 minutes. See you guys later. And don't forget, come join the networking activity. 15分钟之后，所以是48分，3:48。喵喵。
Nuts.
对，请他先回答问题，因为那个刚刚协会就是我们在会议室等他，但是协会一直没有开话。
Your host today, and the event you're watching here today is another virtual event, virtual conference event hosted by Ringer Event. The topic is Asian High-Performance Machine Summit 2020. And after the tea break time, let's welcome the next speaker. The next speaker will talk about the topic of machine performance management using Next IAS. Spoken by Mr. Nihao Ranjan, Senior Lead Consult, Industry 4.0, Robert Bosch Vietnam Company Limited. And this is his picture. Let's welcome Mr. Nihao. Nihao, could you please try to turn on your microphone and camera, and let's do the live presentation. Oh, I have to make a phone call to make sure if Nihao is there. Okay, for the meanwhile, please watch a little bit short tea break time video. Oh, so we don't have to do that anymore. Hi, Nihao.
Hello. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yeah, yes, you are. Yes, you are. So, okay, so I'll leave the stage to you. Okay, see you guys later. Bye bye.
Yeah.
I'll come back
So,
at the Q&A time. Q&A time.
okay, not a problem. So I hope everyone is able to see my screen. And let me give you a quick introduction first about myself. My name is Nihal Ranjan, and I'm a senior lead consultant at Robert Bosch Engineering, Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City. Here, I work on the Industry 4.0 topic, and I'm responsible for the ASEAN region. So, before I go into my presentation, let's have a quick look at who we are and what we do. So, Robert Bosch Engineering Vietnam is part of the Bosch Group. Bosch is a global multinational conglomerate, and it operates into four distinctive business sectors. And these sectors are mobility solutions. Here we manufacture the auto components. We are the world's biggest supplier of the automotive parts to OEMs and also to the aftermarket. We are present into the industrial technology, where we provide things such as PLC, CNCs, servos, and assembly technologies. We are also into energy and building technologies. You might be aware of the Bosch cameras or Bosch audiovisual systems or the HVAC systems. And then our fourth business segment is the consumer goods. Here we are present through the Bosch home appliances, and we are into the manufacturing and the supply of things such as washing machine, refrigerators, microwaves, and so on. As far as the size of organization is concerned, um, in year 2019, we made a revenue of close to 78 billion euros. We have presence in more than 150 countries globally. We have close to 270 manufacturing sites across the world, and we have around 400,000 plus associates. When it comes to ASEAN, we are present in ASEAN since 1919. Here we operate in all our four business sectors that I mentioned earlier. In ASEAN, we have presence in 9 countries, and we have manufacturing locations in Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand. Now, let's start decluttering what is the topic of the today's discussion. And the first word or the first keyword that always comes, what is Nexceed? So Nexceed is a platform for Industry 4.0 software solutions from the Bosch. The earlier two presentations today were on mainly on the hardware side. So we saw the robots or the cobots, which is one of the very important thing for Industry 4.0. And then we saw for the evaluation or for the testing, the access system coming from JICE. Here, I'm going to talk about software solutions. So Nexceed is a software platform for bringing the complete transparency inside the value stream of a manufacturing. A typical value stream of manufacturing consists of three parts: source, make, and deliver. When I say the source, how I am going to procure the part from my different vendors. Then manufacturing, where how I'm going to do my processing or assembly operations so that I manufacture my part with the right quality and with the right recipe, and then ultimately deliver it to my customers. The customers can be end customers or it can be another factory. When we design the Nexceed platform, we keep some of the key Industry 4.0 principle into our scope, and these principles are bringing transparency across the value stream, bringing the agility into the manufacturing operation or into the value stream, reducing the cost for the organization, upping the game into the quality. That means that we want to produce the better products, and we would like to reduce the time to the market or time to our customers. With all this, let's have a quick look on what are the different user functions of the Nexceed industrial application systems. So here we can have two view. The first view is from the user functions, and these user groups can be the machine, product, or how we do the order processing. When we look on the machines, we need to look at the equipment and tool management. We can look at the predictive maintenance, and we can look at energy management. You might have heard these days that a lot of automotive manufacturer, basically we are a big automotive company, so I'll give a lot of examples on the automotive. So you might have heard the companies doing recall, the companies such as Toyota, Honda, or Ford, GM, or VW. They are doing a lot of recalls from the market. How do they do the recalls? They do the recalls when they find certain problem into their product. The question that automatically comes into anybody mind is how I can reduce the the recalls, how I can bring the visibility into my recalls. And that is possible if we measure and keep a stock or a database of all the process and the products that goes into manufacturing a particular product, that we call as a traceability. Then when we are manufacturing, we have to look at the how I can have a visibility on the KPIs of my machines and the line. That is part of my order processing. How I can do different transport and stock management. Stock management means what we do inside the four wall of our warehouses or the supermarkets. When I say the transport, we can have the different kind of transport method, such as milk run or cyclical or time bound replenishments. Then we use a lot of transport vehicles inside the manufacturing operations. So how we can better utilize our fleet using the fleet analytics and the fleet management, so we don't have to keep on buying the new say the forklifts or the tow trucks or the AGVs. From the system function side, we follow the key principle of Industry 4.0, and these key principles are expandability. So how we can have a system which is expandable. It can work for a very small factory which runs with the 5 or 10 machines, or it can run for a big factory where we have more than 5,000 machines. how we can look at the interoperability. A lot of factories uses different systems. So how we can ensure that into a manufacturing operation management, the software itself is capable of talking with the different software solutions that goes into the manufacturing. It can be a MES, it can be a SCADA, it can be a quality management system, or it can be a lab system. We also look at connectivity. The factories uses different kind of control systems, and these control systems typically use varied protocols. So we need to have a connectivity solutions that can connect with these varied protocols and collect the data from these varied protocols. So all these are taken care into Nexceed IAS. Let's have a quick look on the architectural model of Nexceed IAS. So I have what you can see on your screen is the two comparisons. The number one is a traditional model where we have the equipment layer where we have the physical sensors or the equipment itself, and then we have the control system. And on top of that, we have an integration layer so that we can talk with the shop floor IT systems, the systems such as MES, SCADA, quality, or analytics system. And obviously, on top of this, we have the enterprise resource planning systems. When we looked at the Nexceed industrial application systems, we tried to cut these layers. And what we have done is we have brought the edge computing at the equipment layer. And here, the control X automation from our sister company Bosch Rexroth comes very handy. And since the integration layer is directly built in over here, you don't need another integration layer, and you can directly talk with the Nexceed platform. And here, one platform of the Nexceed can take care of everything. You need not to go into the many small softwares. This saves a lot of time for the manufacturers. And this helps the manufacturer into streamlining different applications. And that truly means becoming a smart factory or a smart manufacturing operations. I move to my next slide where I show you the different components of Nexceed IAS. Nexceed IAS consists of 5 modules, and these modules have the submodules. So the first module or the heart and soul of Nexceed IAS is called operating basis. The way the Nexceed is designed, it allows you to access all the information from your computer web browser or any web browser. So here it provides us all the things from a web portal. It helps you in doing the master data management. Means all kind of the data, whether it's your BOM or it's your machine list or your device list, all this thing you can do a master data management over here. Then we have a multi-tenant access control. The first thing everybody asks me, what do you mean by multi-tenant access control? Let me try to explain you into a few simple examples. The big enterprises, they can have multiple factories or multiple locations or multiple shops within a factory. And we would like to have a control of the data between different manufacturing factories or locations or the shops. This can be achieved from the multi-tenant access control. I hope I made it clear to you. On the bottom of the Nexceed IAS, we have the shop floor connectivity so that we can talk with the different kind of equipments that are used inside a manufacturing premises. And this is achieved either using the Control X automation from Bosch Rexroth or light and flex gateways from Nexceed platform or direct data link. That's one of the key tool for connectivity. Since we are already into industry 4.0 era, so we use a lot of IoT devices, or we are going to use a lot of IoT devices. So we have a device management built in into the shop floor connectivity, so we can manage all the IoT devices on the go or on the fly. On top of this, we have three more modules. Let's have the look first on the material management. Here we have two sub module. First one is called order management, which help you into processing your orders as per your customer requirement. This allow you to give a visibility to your customers for things such as when a customer will receive his final goods, or when customer place a order, he can clearly know that I am going to get my order when it comes to the stock management. It helps you into having the things such as in your warehouse, how you can manage all the material within your warehouse. Then on top of that, we have the shop floor management that provides you a visibility into your line KPI. We would like to have visibility on our KPIs. The KPIs can be OE and so on. We would like to identify the line bottlenecks inside the line, so it gives you a view into your line bottlenecks, and it also helps you in doing a diagnostic or analytics of error statistics. That's what we call as a shop floor management. And then the most important module of the Nexceed IAS, we call it as a production performance module, and that's the topic of the today's discussion. So what production performance module do it is, it helps you into ensuring higher availability of your machines. One of the key KPI that we always track inside a manufacturing premises is OEE. And the first component of the OEE is ensuring high availability of the machines. If the machines are down, we will not be able to produce anything, no matter what is our requirement. In last 20 years or so, we have already moved away from a crisis or breakdown maintenance to a preventive maintenance. And in the new era, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to do more of the condition monitoring and predictive maintenance. So production performance module helps you into getting the machine health information using the sensors directly from the machine, and creating the rules on it, and then getting the information before a machine fails. The production performance module also help us into tracking the product quality. So the process monitoring module of the production performance module of the Nexceed IAS helps you into gathering the manufacturing quality data and keep it as a traceability record. The production performance module also have the data processing, ticket management, and sequence detection. We will discuss it into the subsequent slides, but let's try to have an understanding why we require a production performance. So I have example for my audience. So let's try to look from how a machine maintenance work. And this is, I'm talking about the a crisis maintenance or a breakdown maintenance. So what happen into a typical scenario of the maintenance is, when a fault occur on a machine, the machine will have a tower lamp which will go red. When it goes red, some employee will see it. If the machine is a manual machine or a semi-automatic machine, person will see it fast. But if it is an automatic machine, there can be a delay. And so when our employee spot this fault of the red light, he call the maintenance team. Then maintenance team arrive on the machine. They look at, okay, what is the problem? They understand the problem. Then they bring all the things or the resources required for the maintenance of the equipment. They perform the repair activities, and then they do the functional test validation, and they hand over the machine to you. And later on, he also need to do a lot of documentation. In this example, we saw that it takes a close to 105 minutes. This is like an industry standard. And then if you use production performance module of the Nexceed IAS, what you can do is, the minute the machine goes down, the maintenance technician, he receive an alert on his mobile phone or on his email with all the relevant information. And when he come on the machine, he comes fully equipped with all the resources that's required to fix the machine. He fix the machine, and then he do the validation and hand it over to you. While he is doing the fixing of the machine, he input all the relevant records into the system, so that it creates a knowledge database for further analysis or for the future um maintenance tasks. This saves or this task can be done using the production performance module of the Nextseed IS in just 60 minutes. That's like a 40% saving over the traditional methods. If this happens in the case of a condition monitoring or predictive maintenance, you come to know about the machine going down much in advance, and this really keep you ahead of your machine going down. That means the uptime of your machine is much higher. It can be as high as that machine is always available for production whenever the production department of your manufacturing facility want to do it. That's what exactly is the benefit of the production performance manager, and this is what production performance manager do. Let's have a quick look on all the 5 modules of Nextseed IAS production performance manager. And these modules can be condition monitoring, so you can use it as a for condition monitoring. You can collect the data from your sensors installed in the machine, things such as pressure, flow, vibration, motor RPM, temperature, humidity, and so on. And then you can create the rules on it. So whenever the rules are breached, an event get created. When an event get created, the people can receive a notification on either on their phone or through the email, and they also got a ticket assigned to them so that they can go and fix up. So that's what exactly the ticket management module do. The second thing is the process monitoring. One of the key thing that we do into the manufacturing operation is, say we are doing assembly operation, we are tightening a lot of screw, so we want to do a force versus or torque versus angle monitoring. Or if I'm doing a press fit operation, I want to do a force versus distance monitoring. All this data or process data can be stored inside the production performance module of Nextseed IS for traceability records, and these records can be used for reducing your warranty claims or for improving your quality performance of the machine and process itself. The data processing module help you into doing some of the pre-processing of the data. As I explained earlier, the ticket management module allow us to have the ticket assigned to a person or to a qualified group of the person, so that they can fix the issues, whether it's related to the machine maintenance or to the quality of the product that we are producing. Then the last module of the Nextseed IAS production performance module is sequence detection. You know that when we do the processes, a lot of things we are not able to analyze when we use a small data set. And one of the key trend these days is the big data analytics. Big data analytics is typically not a off the shelf solution, and it requires an extensive computer system to do analytics. What we have done within the Nextseed IAS is we have brought a kind of trimmed down big data analytics inside Nextseed IAS. Here you can analyze up to 1 million point of the data in a go, which helps you into seeing the problems, whether it's your machine problems or process problems, in one go. And you can see the problems that you are not able to detect previously using the traditional or classical method. I hope this is clear for you. Let's move to our next slide. But before that, what kind of benefit you get? You can have a live datas, you can have increased availability of the machines, and then we can also have the um, shorter response time. Let's have a look at the use cases of the Nexceed IAS production performance module. This can be used for condition monitoring. You can have an ongoing status recording of for maximum transparency. You can use this for live data analytics. A lot of factories nowadays, they like to create a command center or a monitoring room where you can see what's going on into my manufacturing environment all the time, which helps you into having a faster response and reducing production errors. You can use production performance module of Nexceed IAS for predictive maintenance. That means you can create configurable rules and events will occur, and then you can do the ticket management. And you can also use this module for any automation of the information which need automation based on rules. The production performance module of Nexceed IAS has a wide range of the mathematical formulas or algorithms available. You can select one or a configuration of or a selection of more than one rules together. This helps you into automating any kind of information where you want to have an alert system for you, or you want to have a group of people to perform certain actions. This brings me to end of my slide, and I would like to end my presentation with one of the quote from our founder, Mr. Robert Bosch himself. And the quote says, I would rather lose money than trust. And that's what exactly we do at Bosch. We are committed to quality, and Bosch is known for its quality and manufacturing practices around the globe. We invite our audience to experience how Bosch can help you into doing better manufacturing and manufacture like a Bosch. You can connect with us by writing an email at digital.asean@bosch.com. You can also see my contact details from the event organizer. And this brings me to end of my presentation. Now I am open for question and answer. Yes,
Nihao.
Jack. Yes, I can hear your
Great.
voice.
I can hear you too, loud and clear. And also our audience, because I collect many questions from the audience chat room. So I would like to pass the first question that
Okay.
I collect. Would you like to answer this question? Has Nexit been deployed for a very high mixed low volume environment? If yes, what kind or type of industry is that?
True. The first user of the Nexceed IAS itself is the Bosch factories. We run 270 plus factories globally. And in Industry 4.0 era, the factories are, how to say that? They are a very high mix and low volume. So we use the Nexceed IAS in our factories. So the Nexceed IAS itself is applicable for any kind of discrete manufacturing. But I will say that most of our experience is into automotive manufacturing, but you can use it for other kind of manufacturing, such as electronic manufacturing, or fast moving consumer goods, or I will say the products such as textile, or I will say any kind of manufacturing which is primarily discrete into manufacturing process. It can also be used for the process manufacturing, but definitely it will require some customization.
I see. It seems really plenty of usage, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So let's go to the next question. Can I deploy Nexit IS to cloud? Cloud, I mean internet, maybe?
Yes. that's the first thing that we have done. Industry 4.0 means moving to the cloud. So the typical deployment of the Nextseed IAS is on the cloud. However, and we prefer to do it on the cloud because then you actually use the power of the cloud and Internet of Things. So we always recommend the companies to do a cloud implementation, but some companies, if they want to do on-premises deployment, it's also possible.
I see. Okay. Our next question will be, what kind of those reports are available in Nextseed IAS? Can I do predictive maintenance using performance management module of Nextseed IAS?
Okay, so these are actually two questions, and let me try to declutter this one by one. The first question is, what kind of reports are available in Nextseed IAS? The answer for this is, when when we have developed an Nextseed IAS, we have developed it as a working system. So you actually don't need report. It's for the working level people. So all the information that you receive, you act right away. And we also recognized that different companies require different kind of report. They want to have a different kind of look and feel. So as an industry 4.0 product, we have kept Nextseed IAS very open for the information. It supports REST API, so you can use any third-party visualization or reporting tools such as Tableau or ClickView or ClickSense or Power BI itself to create the reports the way you like it. It does not have an inbuilt reporting, but you can use any third-party software to very easily do the reportings. The second question was about using the production performance module for predictive maintenance. And that's the key feature of the production performance module of the Nextseed IAS. Please remember that the Nextseed IAS itself is a manufacturing operation management software. So you can use it for a complete end-to-end manufacturing operation management. I hope
see.
this answers the
Okay.
question.
I hope that answered question to you, Mr. Attendee. Okay, so because of the time limit, let's answer the last question. We think try to answer it in 1 minute. Okay. So
Okay.
our last question for today's session will be how long it takes to deploy Nextseed IAS. Do I need to do some changes in my machine control?
Okay. The answer that I will give for this is, uh, if all your data are ready and it's already flowing, like connectivity is available, you can deploy a Nextseed IAS in 2 weeks to 4 weeks time. But the second part of the question is very, very important. If the data is not available into your machine control, then definitely you need to make some changes into your machine control so that the data start flowing it into the Nextseed IAS. Nextseed IAS cannot do anything at itself, and if there is no data, you are not going to have any operation management. So definitely it requires some changes in your machine controls. But if your machine controls are written in such a way that it supports the manufacturing operation management, then probably no changes is required. I hope this answered the question.
I see. I can tell this a little bit complex system, but if you have any further question, always welcome. Go to the booth and you can private message to the speakers. Okay, you can have further discussion on the topic. But now we're gonna move to the next session, which is very exciting, our panel discussion. So, please, Nihao, stay here with us, and I
Yeah.
will welcome all the other speakers to come along with us and do the panel discussion. Okay, just
Yeah.
for a minute. Okay, wait for a while. Wait for a while. Hello. Hi, that's Catherine. That's our uh, that's our moderator today.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi,
we
Mr.
have
Nihao.
Owen. So just a minute. Just a moment,
Hello,
please.
Daniel.
You look good today. Is that a physical booth behind you, or is this a digital one?
You asking to me?
Yeah, Mr. Nihao.
Yes.
Yeah, this is actually one of our demonstration board. So typically when the customers visit our premises, we would like to show them. In fact, I'm sitting into one of my lab, we are one of the provider of the solutions. So first we try everything our in-house. So we have a couple of labs for testing all our solutions.
Yeah, I just watched your full presentation. That was really cool. One of the more feature-rich software that I have seen.
Yeah, let's connect offline, and then probably we can see how we can work together on this.
Yeah.
So hi Raj.
Hello, hi.
Hi,
Mr.
hi
Raj.
Daniel.
Hello.
Yes, and
Hi,
hi
Catherine.
Nihal. Hello.
Hello, Catherine.
Hello Nihal. So I believe we are still waiting for Owen.
Owen, right? Yes.
Yes.
So while we are waiting, one question for you is, again regarding the software. Next, right? So far, how many Vietnamese companies have implemented the software? Because I'd like to see a live demo one day, hopefully.
I can give you a live demo whenever you want us. And to be very honest, the Nextseed IAS, we are just bringing to the Vietnamese market. So we are in the process of deploying it for some of our customer over here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
So everybody.
Okay. Here we are.
Yeah. We're starting. Yeah. So Owen's here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So how's Vietnam right now? I mean, are you still in lockdown? Because here in the Philippines, we are, still implementing some strict measures.
Oh, okay. Actually, we are doing quite okay in Vietnam. A few weeks ago, we have some kind of outbreak in Da Nang, but things seems to be under control. It's been 4 days in consecutive that Vietnam have no new community spread cases. So I believe we are on the right tracks. Both Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh are safe.
How about in Malaysia?
Sure, yeah, I agree on this.
For Malaysia, things are getting much better now. We are able to travel interstate. Work is more or less back to normal.
That's good
Yeah.
to know. But here in the Philippines, I think our cases are increasing by the day. So I don't know if
So Catherine, I would like to ask you to speak louder
so
or
Owen is here.
get near
Hello,
to this
Owen.
microphone. Okay.
Yes. Seem like Catherine's voice a bit soft.
Yeah, Catherine's soft.
Is it?
Sounds a little
I
bit
have
soft.
to talk a little loud. Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
Catherine, please.
Loud and clear. Okay. All right.
So
let's start.
Let's start.
Okay, welcome everyone. I'm Catherine, and I'm excited to moderate today's panel interview and have every one of you here. I know you have all been working hard, spreading the good news about your company's technologies, and I can't wait to hear all your inputs, your ideas, your answers to our questions. So, what are we waiting for? Yes?
Catherine, let's give a little time for the Mr. Daniel Pham to introduce himself because all the attendees don't know him yet.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, Daniel. Daniel, please give us a little introduction about because you're not the. Yes, okay.
Thank you, Jax. Very thoughtful of you. So I'm Daniel, Operational Director of Vietnam Outsourcing Companies. So we are actually an UK funded companies. We do metal part outsourcing since 2002. We mostly supply from China to our customer in the US and Europe. 100% of our customer are in the US and Europe actually. We started to source our part in Vietnam since 2017, but we only officially opened our new company over here where I'm running the show in Vietnam since early 2019. So we are serving over 30 global customers at the same time, and we are working with a number of manufacturers in both China and Vietnam. Some of them has been working alongside with us for over 10 years. So yeah, I am
Okay.
hopefully I will be able to supply with some manufacturing perspective from a manufacturer's point of view.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And Catherine, I prepare all the questions for you. Please proceed. Do the moderator job. Thank you. And see you guys later.
Thank you, Jack.
Okay. So
Okay.
Catherine, you can do now.
Okay, so I'm very sorry if I missed that, Daniel. And thank
No
you, Jack,
problem.
for being so thoughtful and giving time for Daniel to say something. Okay, so so what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Okay, for our first question, let's turn over to Nihal. Okay, Nihal, I
Yes.
would like to ask you, how has the current state of the world changed the business for you and your customers? Your inputs on that?
Yes. This is a really a tough time for the manufacturers around the globe. And, we are mainly an automotive company, and most of our operations were impacted by this COVID crisis, where our workforce cannot come to our factory. And that's where, the digital transformation comes very handy. So I'm very happy to say that at Bosch, we were thinking about this problem for this kind of problem for a very long time. So we had some impact, but not much. But for our customers, some of our customers, the impact is very severe. And now, they have started doing more proactively the digital transformation. And that means that, going forward, they are going to use more of the digital solutions. So our Nextseed platform that I have shown earlier, it comes very handy. So it helps you into doing a better manufacturing operation management. You can be more agile in your manufacturing operations. So you can have a higher productivity, higher quality, and at a lower cost. So the things are changing. The world is getting digitally transformed, and we are trying to use more of the data. So that's my take on your question.
Thank you for that. Owen,
Yeah.
can we hear your response about the first question?
Yes. Yes. So just under the serious impact of our COVID-19, people did not keep the original living style and the manufacturing side the leaders. So briefly speaking, digital maker always get a stock when it comes to the budget or return on the investment and the complicated level of the application. So collaborative robot is great incentive for the small to medium sized enterprise to invest more resource on automatic production. And large enterprise is willing to put more resource and to through the collaborative robots to do the production with the operator and the robots. So this way eliminate the gap between the boss and bring the image up to a user-friendly tool instead of the coding language. So let me emphasize the concept of the multiple dimension, like a collaborative robot is necessary on the implement of automated production in Vietnam, Thailand, or Malaysia, especially in Taiwan. So the demand of the robot is amazing, more than our expectation. So we found that the reason is the labor shortage issue becomes serious. So another advantage of TechMan robot is flexibility on assembly line, so you could do the application as low on low or machine tending with our embedded vision. So this kind of make the job simple and easy. So this is why we got the information, and they just make our life reforming. Thank you.
Thank you, Owen. Okay, let's go into our second question. What are the trends and future approaches in your business technology that can help the ASEAN companies take the lead in manufacturing their products? Let's hear from Raj of Size. Your inputs, Raj.
Okay, hi, thanks. So in terms of future approach in technology, so for me at Zeiss, since we are focusing on quality inspection solutions, I can give my take on what are the market demands. So at the moment, the parts that they are being manufactured is getting smaller. At the same time, the time needed to inspect a parts, the demand is for the parts to be inspected much faster. Yeah, so things getting smaller, parts need to be inspected faster. This is the challenges in production now. Everything is about time and money. And for us, we started off as with CMMs, coordinate measuring machines, and that is more of a physical system. Yeah, it needs to touch the part and then get some information about the quality. And as parts get smaller, so I give you an example like a fuel injector. So fuel injector has parts which has holes smaller than 0.1 mm. So that's extremely small, and there is no, like physical probes that could actually measure something so tiny. And this is where companies now, especially quality inspection companies like us, explore and experiment with new technologies, such as scanners and 3D scanners and also X-ray solutions. And with X-ray solution, if you get a system with high resolution, this kind of systems like this fuel injector I talk about, this can be inspected very quickly and also with the best resolution. Yeah, and when it comes to speed, yeah, systems like the Volumex, which I mentioned earlier, could scan parts, with less than a minute. Imagine a cylinder, engine cylinder head in your car being scanned less than a minute to check the quality. So that's extremely fast, and this is the direction of the market. Yeah, and so in Southeast Asia or APAC, I think we also need to look into how we could, go head to head with other regions and continue to develop and be better. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Raj. Now, Daniel, your inputs?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been watching the presentation from Zeiss, Bosch, and TM Robot. Their own amazing technology, and I believe that those gentlemen are better candidate to talk about technology more than myself. However, I just like to emphasize that whatever the technologies or management method or big data application, those who put them into action are the people, the owner of the factory and the worker who work inside it. So for those application to be effective, we're gonna need, especially during this pandemic period, we are gonna need very strong leadership that are so optimistic and never stop the desire to grow. And the second thing is a company cultures of accountability, a problem-solving mindset, and last but not least is the always learning mindset and try to implement new technologies and new ways to work. Those are the two aspects that I look at first when I start to audit the factories, even before the machine or the technology that they have. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Your thoughts on this?
I will say I agree with what all the Daniels said. Let me give you a different perspective when it comes to technology. So
Yeah.
I will say that key things that are coming up for the world for the manufacturing, and I'll give some keywords. And the keywords, number one is a complete digital footprint. So whatever we do into the manufacturing or into our value stream, we need to have a digital footprint.
Yeah.
We have to use the things such as digital twin. The operation of the cobots are changing the world. So when you use the cobots, you reduce the number of people working on your manufacturing shop floors, and you allow the manpower to do more value added work. Hmm? Then for a quick turnaround on the spare parts or on the manufacturing part itself, we have to use technology of additive manufacturing, or what we call as a 3D printing. Then when it comes to better product quality, we have to use a lot of vision system or inspection system, things such as what JICE is giving us, like X-ray systems. It can be ultrasonic systems for detecting the defects into the part. And when it comes for the supply chain side, we have to look on the technologies such as blockchain. I'm very proud to say that we at Bosch, we work on all of these products, and we'll be very happy to help any of our customer or anyone who would like to benefit from our expertise into the manufacturing.
Absolutely. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great.
That's
good. Thank you.
great. Great.
And we will be having another virtual conference about 3D printing next year. We planned it already. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
interesting.
Catherine.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go on to our third question. What can you advise our audience listening right now who are thinking of upgrading their production floors but a little hesitant? So, Raj, can you say about this? It's your thoughts, please.
Okay. When it comes to upgrading, it's of course always a chicken and egg situation. Putting in money and whether to know it will yield any results or not. But in my view, we have to see how upgrading can actually, produce better quality in the products. Yeah. So, for example, if let's say investing in a quality system, and if this system is able to ensure that the rejects are low and the parts supplied to the customers are good, then in the long run, this could actually yield growth and could affect subsequent new projects. Yeah, because there are times where companies struggle to get projects because they don't have the right tools to do the inspection. And this is such a waste because in Southeast Asia especially, we have a very good workforce, a very hardworking workforce, intelligent. And oftentimes I see that this kind of limitation is what deters companies from prospering in Southeast Asia. Yeah. Then, apart from the machines itself, software is another thing that we should not we should also consider. Yeah. Nowadays, we hear a lot from Google, for example, with machine learning. They pioneered this, and now a lot of big companies in America, in Europe, they have machine-based learning softwares that help make things much quicker, much more perfect. Because having state-of-the-art technology alone is not enough. Consistency is another matter which needs to be good. So, what if with machine learning softwares, such like the one from Zeiss, for example, like when we scan casting parts, if a human look at the images, they might have a chance to miss certain defects. Yeah, some is too small, some is considered not a defect, and so on. But with machine learning softwares, such defects are learned, and if it's not detected the first time, you can actually add it on. The software then understands how to reiterate, and it gets better over time. And after a few iterations, the software is close to perfect, and it's able to work on its own. And finally, I think this comes personally from me as well. For Asian companies to carve a niche in the global market, it is a must to be technologically advanced. Yeah. So to do this, we need to do this because if we don't, then we might not be relevant anymore 5 to 10 years from now. So we have a lot of stories such as the ones from Nokia where they did not, update themselves enough, and they had a big problem later on. And with the right investment in systems, think about the possibility how a second or third tier supplier with the right systems, they could go up the chain, yeah, and become a first tier supplier. So these are some of the reasons, I will say, points that I can share with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. Daniel?
Yeah,
Any
I
thoughts on this question?
completely agree with all of the presenter that this pandemic has changed our way to work on a very profound level. It forced us to use more technology, and it's forced us to improvise, thinking of a new way to work. And from that, I believe there are new opportunities reason as well. For example, in our line of work, normally a customer will need to come and do a full audit of the factory before we can have receive any purchase order. But believe it or not, we did have some new customer. We have to do virtual tours around the factories, and we have to submit all of our audit paper online. And we managed to get some new customer based on that method. Or another example is that I'm actually quite amazed by how such an event or panel discussion can be hosted by Rigidia magazine completely online. And I think that the way we are doing this is somewhat even more effective than the traditional way. So yeah, that's my point. All right, this pandemic is a downtime, but at the same time, there's some opportunity for those who can really capture and add more value from it.
Yeah, completely agree that such webinars or digital meetings like this really opens a lot of opportunities, and it's very convenient. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's more effective in
Thank
a
you
way.
for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. We are all healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Catherine?
Okay. I think I lost you there.
Yeah, still on question 3.
I would like to add some point here, Catherine. We are actually practicing this upgradation for a very long time, and one thing that I always say is change is constant, and
Yes.
keep on upgrading yourself, otherwise you will be laid off. So upgradation itself is a part of the sustenance. So I'll give some couple of bullet points what I see personally as a driver for these upgrades. And the first thing that you have to consider is whatever is your requirement or whatever upgrades you want to do, does this align with your business strategy?
Yes.
Along with that, you have to get a leadership buy-in. Daniel
Yes.
earlier mentioned about looking at the leadership. So you have to have a complete alignment at the top of your organization.
Yes.
Otherwise, different people speak different things, and then nothing gonna work.
Yes.
Another very important point is you have to leverage your insiders, the people who are within your organizations. They know your problem better. They can come up with the very intuitive solutions that can solve your problem, and try to do it with a lot of data. Raj mentioned about the machine learning. Machine learning is changing the way we do everything. So collect the data, but don't collect everything. Collect what is required for you. Use your domain expertise to get the right data. Use the data analytics. And very, very important, choose the right partners and never believe that you know it all. You need to have the right partners who can help you into your journey or of upgradation.
Yes.
And ensure very, very importantly one point, that going back is not an option. Whatever we have today, we are only going to move forward, and for that there is a commitment that if there is a problem, we are going to fix it and make it better for our future. That's how you create a sustainable organization for future. We at Bosch are 130-year-old organizations. We haven't done it because it's a guess game or it's our luck. We have done it because we have believed in through the change, and we have done it systematically, or we have worked systematically over the year.
Yes, bravo, Mr. Hao. You just touched on my favorite keyword actually. It is change. All right. Whatever we are doing over here is trying to implement change, trying to introduce change to and making
Correct.
people change, right? And sometimes, I mean, in our line of work, we work with multiple factories at the same time. We are trying to change and upgrade organizations that do not belong to us. And sometimes it's a very challenging jobs to do. And one trick that we learned is exactly like you say, I just put it in the simple language. We will do it one workshop at a time, sometimes one production line at a time, sometimes one process at a time, or sometimes even one person at a time. We never try to do and force change from top down on the last shelf because it's going to fail. We have to do it slowly and find the right fit to the organization and the fit
Correct.
for our products. And then we're going to do it slowly. And if we do it right, other people will see the benefit they can reap from this change, and then they're going to do the change for themselves and by themselves.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you on this, Daniel.
Thank you. We can move on, Catherine.
Yes, I keep on logging out, so I think I don't
Sorry,
know if you already
we keep
asked.
jumping in. Yeah.
Yes, no worries. So
So,
for the last
can we move on to
question,
the last question?
yes, for the last question, I'm sure everybody would like to hear your plans for next year. So, what are your plans for next year in Southeast Asia? Let's hear from Nihal.
Nihal.
Thanks, Catherine, for asking this question. We at a Bosch always believe that we are as good as our partners are. So we are trying to up our game to help our partners, whether they are our customers or our vendors, to win. So the way we see this is we move, so you win, and when they win, we are going to win. So our focus country in the ASEAN region are all the key manufacturing hubs, whether it's Vietnam or Thailand or Indonesia or Malaysia. We have a very strong delivery team over here, and we would like to support our customers on the journey of digital transformation. We actually work very closely with the government organizations also into these countries, and we are very happy to meet with the right-minded organization. Probably Daniel, we will connect offline and we'll see, how we can
Definitely.
work together. And you are doing a lot of outsourcing work here. We can help you into having a visibility into your manufacturing operations or in your supply chain.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yes, so let's hear from Raj. Guys. Yes, Raj.
Okay, for Zeiss, this pandemic has taught us a valuable lesson. Sometimes it's not just about doing well or achieving targets, but also giving back to the world, to the community. Yeah. So what we are going to do in this coming months is really educate and promote technology in Southeast Asia, because it's still a very new market for technologies such as X-ray or let's say some high-end things like high-end microscopes and so on. But apart from that, apart from the business side, we also want customers to actually have a first-hand experience in this technology. So what we're going to do is, let's say you have a customer who is really interested after hearing to this session, and they want to, scan a part with X-ray. So just get in touch with us, because the first part is on us. Yeah, that means we do the scans free of charge, and then we want you to take a look at the results and understand how this can actually benefit you. And if you really like it, and then let's talk about doing it long term, later on. But yeah, so now it's really about giving free measurement service to the market, let them understand the technology. And the last, I think another strategic thing we are doing is, we are trying to fill the metrology knowledge gaps in the community. So how are we doing that? We are offering like online metrology training for our customers, because Zeiss, not many know this, but we started off in CMMs many years ago. So we have a lot of knowledge, abundance of knowledge in metrology, in measurements, and so we want to share this with the customers. Yeah. So we have training such as the outcome training and GD&T related trainings, which we are doing now also with universities. Yeah. So universities will get such trainings for free, so students can learn and apply this when they go out to the manufacturing production world. So yeah, this is our plan.
So for also share your new technology and the X-rays new stuff, you can also always welcome to join our event more in the future. Looking forward to see you.
Yes, sure. Thank you. I'm honored.
Yeah, thank you, Raj.
Catherine?
Owen, your thoughts, please.
Yes. So for 10-man robots, we found it the demand of the robot is shooting up, especially with the 20 to 30 year-on-year growth for the collaborative robots. So most important things for us is to build up to complete the sales channel and provide the various product line, not only for the hardware but also the software or the total package. And we most important things we care about the education system. So let me just emphasize the product lines. Temen Robot just want to provide, as I just mentioned, the software package like a monitoring software to collecting the information from the robots like a parameter or the any electricity or the real-time project running detail or the how to connect to other equipments, how to work together to find out the network, the bottleneck from assembly lines. But also we want to launch the software or the total package like palletizing solution or the AI function with the Advantech, the server, and we want to provide some kind of 3D beam picking. I mean, with the eye in hand or eye to hand 3D beam picking is very popular. It's very popular in the Southeast Asia. So we expect to provide the simple solution to every single customer. They are able to buy it and implement in the short times. So just with a few steps to go, we will go. Customer will get automation in their assembly line easier and very simple. So this is what we want to do and how we expect it to get. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
And
Owen.
I hope you have more co-robot ballet dancing in the future. I saw the video. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's in
Okay,
it's in
Daniel.
our event lobby.
Oh, okay. Our target is rather simple, I think. First of all, we have two missions. First of all, we want to help our client to ensure the undisrupted supply chain and to enjoy the efficient manufacturing from Asia country like China and Vietnam. And second of all, it's also very important that we help the local factories to uphold the international quality standard and be able to join the global supply chain. We do this as fast as we can. So we are trying to increase our engineering team capability in Vietnam. We are recruiting more, and our target is to move only 40% of our production base from China to Vietnam during the next 2 to 3 years. Thank you.
Okay. So great, Catherine. Do you catch us? I think that's pretty much the end of today. For
Okay.
all the speakers today, for the very last, do you have any other opinions you want to share for the very last time? Any of you?
Yes.
Oh, well,
Raise your hand.
yes, physically
Hi,
over there.
Daniel, for the very
Okay.
last one, okay?
For
Yeah.
the very last one, I
Okay.
just like to thank Ringier Media's magazine for hosting this event using awesome technologies. We really enjoyed it. I believe all of us do. And I hope that we bring some good news and information to all of the attendees as well. All right. Have a nice
Thank you
day.
too, Daniel. Thank you too, Daniel. Okay.
All right.
So
Yeah, all right.
I'm also very happy for seeing everybody to get online and looking really good
Yes.
in a healthy way, right? So
Yes, we
Yeah.
certainly are.
welcome to join us next time. So Catherine,
Thank you.
Okay.
thank you for the job as
Thank you.
moderator today, and thanks for all the
Thank you,
speakers
Catherine.
for joining us for the
Thank you.
great
Thank you.
panel discussion. Thank you. Please
Yes.
enjoy
Thank you,
our
everyone.
event page for more information and networking more. You can select the delegates by names, by companies, by their positions, and try to talk to them, maybe. Okay?
Okay.
So
Thank you.
thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
See you.
everyone.
you.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
so I will be the only one stay here right now. So that's only me right now. And Daniel. Hi, bye bye, Daniel. Okay, for the very last part, I would like to say the happy time always fly really fast, right? So because of the time issue, we have to finish our presentations now and also our other sessions as including the panel discussion. I see there are several discussions and several questions brought up in the chat room. Don't worry, we will give your information, give your message to the speakers. And also, once again, I welcome everybody. Go to exhibit booth. Try to contact those booth managers. Talk to them. Share your information. A little introduce yourself and also your company. And also, if you go to networking, use the filter. You can select the tag of speaker. If you have more question, further discussion you want to make with the speakers, welcome. Use this function, networking function. Okay, I hope you can have more discussion and more connection in the future later. Our event will still open after this session finished. So I would like to introduce one more small thing that we hope you can be with us again in our future virtual conferences. Our next one topic will be Siemens. The Siemens webinar will be highlight on understanding the current trends and resulting challenges in the electronic manufacturing industry, and also learn how these impact the status quo of market share and profit margins. That's very interesting topic. And also we will have HERCO webinar. The webinar will focus on how to combat competitive obsolescence and stay relevant in this new norm, as well as mitigate risk with the present ongoing workforce disruptions. You can find out more information in the announcement area at the lobby page if you scroll down a little bit. And also, I can show you how. I would like to show you that by sharing my screen. If you can follow me to a little trap to our lobby. As you can see, after you log in this session, you will directly go to the lobby. In the lobby, this is the networking area. You can see the social media and new information, new technology there, new videos there. And also here, scroll down a little bit besides the agenda, more information here, and scroll down a little bit. See, you can find out more new webinars and new virtual conference is coming. So welcome to join them. Simply click this area. I make the super link already. Click the area and you can see more information. And also this here, after the event, you can still leave the message here and leave your introduction or message here. Say hi to everybody. This is very important. Go to conference. You can see there are several sessions open already. The finished session, you can play back. You can watch back the videos, the presentation the speakers just made. And also, you go to the exhibit booth. Very important one. Select every booth and try to leave a message. Oh, I can see there are several messages there already. Yes, leave your message in each booth. You can use this button to go to their Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or even their company website. Scroll down a little bit, download their files, look more into deeper what they're gonna share today. So study more and learn their company's technology, service, and products. At the end of the booth, here's the Ranger Trade Media. You can talk to us, leave the message. Once things click start chat, you can leave the message there, and we will receive and collect the message, and we will contact you. Don't forget, join our event next time. I put the super link here too. So, in the end, every conversation you want to make will become summarized in the networking. One click the chats, you can see all the private chats will collect here. And if you go to filters, you can select the speakers and you can select the business partners, the managers, you can all talk to them. Okay, so that's pretty much today's event. I hope we all stay healthy, and stay safe. So, welcome. Join our next virtual conference, next event. I'm looking forward to see you guys again. Once again, from the Ringer Trade Media, I'm Jack. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the great presentation today. All the speakers, attendees, bye-bye. See you.